Hi, my name is Megan Buchter, and I'm the director of the Fowler Center for Business as an Agent of World Benefit at the Weatherhead School of Management at Case Western Reserve University in Cleveland, Ohio. At the Fowler Center, our mission is to educate students about the transformative power of business to make a positive impact globally. One of our key initiatives is the AIM2Flourish program, which collaborates with professors and universities worldwide. Through this program, students interview business leaders or social entrepreneurs from companies they admire and write stories highlighting how these businesses contribute to one or more of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. These stories are published on the AIM2Flourish website, showcasing the remarkable efforts of businesses globally. Additionally, each year we award the annual Flourish Prizes, selecting one honoree for each of the 17 UN Global Goals from the stories published in the previous year, as determined by a rigorous jury process. I'm super excited to be here today with our Flourish Prize winning team for our Global Goal 17, which is partnerships for the goals for 2024. And our team here consists of Divya Singhal from the Goa Institute of Management. I have a group of her student authors here with me. And then I have Elton here from build3. I'm super excited to have this conversation with you all today. I'm going to start with you, Divya, and I just really like to know a little bit more about how you've used AIM2Flourish in your class in the past and some of the outcomes that you've seen.
Thank you, Megan. And first of all, congratulations again to the group. Megan, AIM2Flourish, I've been using in my course Sustainability and Society at GIM since 2018. And every year I see that when students go out and interview business leaders, and as you were mentioning earlier about the role of business in society and how, today the world is wary of all the bad things and we are hearing that businesses are not doing enough. Of course, in that context, if the students go out and see what the businesses are doing for the society and for their own benefit, I think that is something which gives them a hope. And through the AIM2Flourish assignment, which is a very important part of my entire course, I think, I'm not sure, I think 20 to 25% is their grades are also dependent on this particular aspect because it is a live experience. It is based on appreciative inquiry. It gives them first-hand experience of, it's not like sustainability learning in the classroom, it's about in action. So the outcomes which I have seen, of course, it has given the student groups who have interviewed, it has given them immense learning, a first-hand experience of what is happening. And also as a professor, I've been able to know a lot of such stories which I was unaware in my own country. And look at the things differently, what can work in that business and how the innovations. And every year, like last year, I think we published more than 50 stories on AIM2Flourish platform. So which means I was lucky enough to get those 50 innovations largely based in our country. So that's the outcome, that more knowledge about this. I think students become more aware and more sensitive and maybe compassionate in some way. So for me, it's a really a great experience associating with AIM2Flourish for last few years.
Well, we've really appreciated having you be a part of AIM2Flourish, a part of kind of our cohort of professors that has used this program consistently. What you said is 100% true. I love reading these stories myself, and I don't know about all of these businesses, and so I really get a chance to learn from these students that are finding these stories. And there are some really amazing stories coming out of India and coming out of your class. So we really look forward to getting those every year and seeing kind of the new companies that your students have discovered. And additionally, this isn't the first time that I've interviewed you. And so you've been, some of your stories have been some of our Flourish Prize winners in the past, which is just really exciting. We've had some really, really, really nice conversations from entrepreneurs, social entrepreneurs, business leaders from India. So we really appreciate you as well, Divya, and are really glad to continue to work with you and to continue to have this partnership. I want to ask your students a little bit about their experience using AIM2Flourish and also their experience specifically, kind of what they learned from Build3 and how that interview went.
So probably I can start. First of all, thank you to Divya ma'am and GIM and AIM2Flourish for giving us this opportunity to work on this project, because this is not your conventional academic project. we haven't learned much about sustainability and other sustainable practices over the course of our educational journey in the past 14, 15, 16 years. So this is something new that we got to do. And it was a very different kind of interview. Like I've taken interviews of various other leaders of organizations in the past as well. But since this topic was very unique and different, the answers to some of the like routine questions also was very different from Mr. Varun. That was a very new experience for me. Also, I was like amazed to learn how build3 is actually doing even their composting on their own. So it is a completely, it's an organization completely run by their own employees and all the people that are working there. So that was a very interesting thing for me, and like I had a great time working on this project.
Yeah. So for me, just like Manan mentioned, sustainability has been something that has been there since my childhood, but the application part of it, how it is being applied in the real world scenarios, has been something new to me. And once Aim2Flourish came to our course, we didn't know that these many programs have been run by particular companies, and we approached build3. When we interviewed build3, we are surprised to know that small changes can lead to something very big. And some of the practices that build3 was taking care of, that was actually very well thought of, and it was actually having an impact on the environment in a positive way. So that is what I learned from Aim2Flourish, that even it doesn't matter what the size of the organization is, if you can bring about a small change in a positive direction, that will lead to be a very good outcome. So this is my experience.
Yeah, first of all, thank you so much to Divya ma'am and to build3 for letting us have this opportunity. And also thank you, Megan, for having us here. So I would like to start just like my other colleagues mentioned. Sustainability has been something that has been part of our GIM curriculum from the first term itself. But through this Aim2Flourish thing that we did, we got to know about it a bit more, and in such a level that right now, whatever you do, sustainability is always there in the back of your mind. So you're always thinking, "Acha, chalo, is this sustainable?" Or it's always there in your head. And about build3, what made build3 stand out from the other organizations that we were looking at was that it was not just working towards sustainability on themselves, but they were also helping other businesses who were on that path. So that is something that was very different, and one of the main reasons why we chose to interview them in particular.
So, as mentioned by all, so I'm also very grateful to Divya ma'am, to Aim2Flourish, and also to Megan to have us here and to give us this opportunity. And talking about my learnings, if we are to talk about Aim2Flourish, so this platform has helped me to inculcate the practical sense of sustainability. So as mentioned by Malvika, it's very true that as one steps in GIM, everywhere there is sustainability. But this Aim2Flourish platform has helped us to transform that knowledge into practical application. And talking about build3, build3 was chosen by us mainly because it was not just a business that was working towards itself. It was not just applying sustainability in its operation, but the final outcome that was coming was community enhancement. And talking about that, extending it further, there was long-term value creation. There was alignment with the UN Sustainable Goals. So in this way, build3 was chosen by us, and when we were interviewing the founder, we got many learnings, and which will always take us with us forever. So that was the summary of our learnings from this platform.
Thank you so much. It was really, really nice to get a chance to hear from all of you. I just have one more question, and any of the students could jump in. And that's really like, how did you find build3? Did you know about the organization already? Did you like internet search, or how did build3 come up for you when you were doing your assignment?
So I think our professor guided us with all the B Corp certified I think companies. So we like took out a list from, I think the Aim to Flourish website has that list, and from that we were like emailing and approaching all the companies that we wanted to like have an interview with. And build3, Mr. Varun was very like spontaneously responded to our mail, so we prioritized build3 for our interview.
Okay, that's great. Thank you. Yes, and that was a nice reminder that build3 is a certified B corporation, and that is wonderful and really cool. So I'd really like to now hear a little bit from Elton. So Elton, can you tell us just a little bit about build3, so that anybody watching this video that maybe hasn't heard of this organization before can hear a little bit more about what you do, and maybe a little bit about the inspiration behind creating it.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you so much, guys. Well, Build3 started with the idea of helping impact founders build businesses, right? And what is an impact founder? Anyone who's interested in using the power of business to move significantly impact a United Nations Sustainable Development Goal. That's what we consider as an impact founder. And so that's how Build3 was envisioned, right? People are aware about the for-profit model of running businesses, which a lot of people in this call has said has caused a lot of destruction in the world, and it's not been a happy situation. And people are aware of the NGO model. If you're looking to do purposeful things, there's the NGO model as well. But the for-profit and purpose model is something that is not talked about enough, right? And I love that you guys are sort of touching upon that with your prize as well. And so that's the core at why we created Build3, right? The founder, Varun, has built startups successfully before. His last previous startup is 91 Springboard, which is a co-working ecosystem. And so during COVID, what happened was a lot of us started to reflect on what we're actually doing in life, and so that's really it's Build3 was no different. Like Varun used to tell the story a lot, where the story of more accumulating more didn't have a lot of hold on him anymore. He was not interested in that, and so he wondered, I have skills to build a startup. I've sort of demonstrated that in my previous startups. How can I use that to actually impact the world in a positive way? So that's how Build3 came about, by providing an ecosystem. We're creating an ecosystem for people who want to do good via the power of business, and support them on their journey via mentorship, helping them out with their business plans, ideating with them, going back and forth on their ideas, providing them mentors, resources to actually build their startup, and then finally providing a little bit of seed capital as well to help them get kickstarted on their journey. So that's really that's how Build3 came about. And right now, when I came in as part of the founding team, there was just one program, which was our startup studio program, and now there are a bunch of programs that support impact entrepreneurs. We're actually just about to launch an online impact course. So for people anywhere in the world who are interested in building for profit and purpose, we've created an online course to help them go through that journey, right? So really, that's the essence of what we're all about. We recently finished the second cohort of our impact accelerator. You might not be familiar, Megan, but I'm sure the other people are in this panel about Big Boss. So it's basically a villa where a lot of people just are in a similar place in a single villa, and then whatever happens, happens. And that's sort of what we had during our last cohort, where we invited over 30 founders to come stay with us. These are people who have not met each other. We helped them find co-founders, we helped refine their ideas, and finally they had the chance to pitch to us and a bunch of investors as well. So the second cohort of that, which is the Impact Accelerator, just ended, and we're inviting applications for the third cohort as well. So fingers crossed, we're trying to do something good in this world. And this is also all leading towards our grand project of building a startup eco-village. Right. So imagine a place where founders and creators can come. They don't have to worry about their survival. If you have a passion to create and build stuff, you can come live in a eco village, which we're actually building out. We purchased land for the same in Maharashtra, which is a state in India. We're creating living spaces, places for them to live, work, and play. And the only criteria is for people who are passionate to build stuff. You don't have to worry about your survival. So all of that is taken care of. So that's our big vision.
That's amazing. I loved the opportunity that I like just had to hear you explain all of this. I loved reading the Aim to Flourish story about your organization, build3. Just like you said, we have almost very similar missions, very similar ideas about for-profit business. And, some of our other programs that I run here at the Fowler Center are more focused on social entrepreneurship. And so I'm like really interested in what you're doing and the resources that you're delivering. And now I'm really interested in this online class as well. Maybe getting the chance to check that out and see kind of how you're helping people with that in that social impact space. So one question that I have is, how are you finding the people that join your cohort, or how are they finding you?
Right. A lot of hard work to get our message across. But so over the years, we have built a little bit of I can confidently say the brand image of build3 in the impact startup space, especially, has kind of been built over the years, right? This is our 4th year as an organization. The way we usually find people is incubators, accelerators, talking to them, sharing what build3 does, writing a lot. We post a newsletter where we actually highlight impact founders' journeys throughout India and the world. A lot of it has just to, like, what we've sensed is a lot of incubators and accelerators that run in India, at least, they're not founder run, right? And that's a big difference in what makes a accelerator and incubator successful. It's just the fact that when an incubator or accelerator is founder run, they understand the needs of the founders and entrepreneurs immediately. And what happens is there's a lot of trust that's generated, and that convinces a lot of people. So when you just hear people from our organization talking about impact startups, and you can just witness that passion, that just generates a lot of trust. And so I would say that's a lot of what happens with build3 as well. I also think that people are looking for ways where they can build in a holistic manner, build startups in a holistic manner, but I'm not sure if there's a lot of avenues to do so, and that's why build3 stands out as well. I think that's one of the major reasons why people come to us for our courses and our accelerator.
That's amazing. And I'm wondering if you can comment just a little bit on some of the outcomes that you've seen, maybe from either like the organization as a whole, just existing, or, it could be for any of the kind of individuals that have gone through your program.
Yeah, for sure. So we've supported over, I would say, I think over 15 or 20, close to 15 to 20 startups right now throughout the course of our 4 years. This is with capital and knowledge and mentorship. So right now we're looking at some of the startups in our earlier cycles have achieved PMF, and they're sort of looking to scale right now. Our goal as an organization is to impact 100,000 impact founders. I think we're somewhere around the I think 600, 800 mark. So still a long way to go. But yeah, so these are some of the outcomes. So some of this, if you want to know some of the startups that we're supporting, so we're supporting a startup called Ruby's Coffee, which is an organic coffee brand which helps boost farmer incomes. We are supporting a tourism platform which helps regional tourist providers boost their incomes and helps people discover them easily. These are authentic tours. We've recently we've funded a geriatric elderly care startup, which is looking to give the respect to caregivers. Caregivers in India don't have they're not treated very seriously, and that's something that's very sad. So these guys are looking to give back their respect and help boost elderly care outcomes. So yeah, these are some of the startups that we are working with closely and supporting. So yeah.
That's amazing. The work that you're doing is amazing. I can't wait to like continue to follow what happens with your organization and to do like whatever we can to kind of support you, or if there are ways to work with you. What you're doing is great. Really, really wonderful work. And we're super happy to have this conversation and get the chance to lift up and share your organization. I have one final question that I like to ask all of our interviewees. And so I'd love everybody to get a chance to answer this question. It's a bit of a different question, but we love to hear the answers from everybody that we ask. And so the question is this. So imagine that tonight you fall into a deep sleep, and this is the best sleep that you've ever gotten in your life because you sleep for the next 6 years. And you wake up and it's 2030. And the world looks exactly like you want it to look. Your organization is doing exactly what you've envisioned. Your school or your life, it looks exactly like you want it to look like. What is that? Like, what do you see? What do you wake up and see in 2030 when you wake up and see exactly what you want right now?
Is this a question for everyone?
It's for everyone, but you could go first.
So it's what would I want to see in 2030 with the work that we are doing as an organization? That's the question.
Yes.
Awesome. Yeah. So like I mentioned, I'm really excited about the Eco Village project that we are building out. I don't know if members on the panel are familiar with this international township in India called Auroville, and Auroville is quite renowned for the intentionality with which it was created, right? I think that's something very exciting where 5 years from now, there are about 100, 200 residents living full-time and permanently in the eco-village, building startups, living close to nature, just passionate about just creating awesome products and services for the world that actually benefits people. So that's something that's really exciting for me.
Okay, so I can go the next. Very interesting question, made me think a couple of seconds. And I think, if that's the dream, I want to see a world where, we don't just talk about gender equality. We don't have to worry about going out in the night, which we do currently. So I want to see a world where I can go out freely. I want to see a world where there's more humility, more compassion, more passion, and more purpose. Of course, profit will follow. So that's what I dream of.
Right. For me, I would probably envision a world where at least the basic resources are still available to every single human on the planet. The rate at which we are depleting the resources is not sustainable at the moment. So, and I hope we have found a few more renewable sources of energy, and everyone is having still access to clean water, clean air. And a noise pollution and all kinds of pollution-free environment to live in.
So I would like to be in a world where everyone has equal opportunities as per their capabilities, and also a world where everyone is not in a rush. Basically, the slow living videos that we see on YouTube, I would like to have a world like that where everything is going at a normal pace and not at a super fast express pace sort of thing.
Okay. I want to see a world where people live in balance with nature, a place where we use resources wisely, protect wildlife, and keep the air and water clean. In this world, everyone takes small steps to reduce waste and save energy. So it's a world where future generations can enjoy a healthy planet. So I want something that where we can coexist with nature and make sure that we help each other.
So my vision for my world coming up in 6 years would be a world which is a bit closer to healthier community and healthier planet, and we have strong global community. We have peace, which is from which we are deviating year on year. So I just want it doesn't happen, and we live in peace. We are in balance. We are not concerned about the depleting resources. So that is what my vision of my world would be.
Thank you so much. I know it's a different question. I know it's not something that you probably get asked very often, but it's our like appreciative inquiry style question that we like to ask at the end. I think that it is really important to think about the world that we want in 2030 so that we know what we're working towards. We know what we're trying to build towards. And I really hope all of these visions are amazing. And I hope that, collectively we can all work towards this vision of a better planet, of better business, of, build3 being really, really successful and, the world being really safe for everybody. So it's been an absolute pleasure talking with all of you. I've loved this conversation. I loved learning more about build3 and hearing about the student experiences here. And Divya, it's always wonderful to talk to you and to continue to be your partner in everything that you're teaching your students. And so I'm really grateful for the chance to talk to you all today and to have this experience and to get to share this conversation. And I hope that we get a chance to continue the conversation and to really celebrate all of you and celebrate the success of build3 into the future. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And
Thank
I
you
want
so
to
much.
place on record thanks to Jayesh also, who could not be part of this interview. So in his absence, we thank him.
Absolutely.
Thank
Absolutely.
you, Megan. And thank you, Elton. Thank you, Girish. Thank you, Sneha, Malvika, Manan. Thank you very much. And Elton, I will be meeting Girish in 2-3 days.
Oh, awesome. Are you coming? Are you visiting us at the villa?
He's visiting us.
He's awesome.
Okay. Thanks, Megan. Bye-bye.
So cool. Thank you so much, everyone. And especially Elton, thanks for coming and being a part of this. I really appreciate it. What you're doing is so cool. Really excited to continue to follow you and learn more. So
Thank you so much.
I'm taking a screenshot with everyone's permission.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Can you send that to me, Divya?
I will.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
All right. Take care, everyone.